everyone.
Oh my gosh.
Hi.
Hi.
Welcome back to Theme Park Tuesdays.
Hey. I
Mm, mm,
got
mm.
my finger guns
Today
out.
is a very special, we didn't even coordinate this, but we're all wearing red
You guys.
because
Look
we
at
are
that.
chatting all things holidays in the parks. The holiday season has kicked off. It's not even Thanksgiving yet,
Oh
but
my-
that doesn't matter for theme parks because
Nope.
it has officially begun.
Or my house, because I'm already decorating.
That's so fair.
I'm partially decorated.
Same. I'm like halfway there.
But thanks everyone for joining tonight. If you're watching this on the replay, hi. Thanks for being here. Be sure to give this video a like, big thumbs up, and subscribe to Theme Park Today for more fun adventures. Check out our articles on themeparktoday.com. You can follow us on Instagram at Theme Park Today. And right here on YouTube, we have a lot of fun videos coming out. And we live stream one Tuesday every month. So follow us on Instagram to be sure to find out when exactly that is.
That was great, Crystal.
Thank
Good
you.
job.
Thank
Good
you.
job.
Wow.
I try.
It's been so long, you guys. I missed you
It has
all.
been. It has been a while.
Yeah.
This whole year has felt like a time warp. I can't
Mhm.
believe it's the holidays again.
Uh-huh.
I don't know, it's flown by, but it also feels like so long ago.
I
Mhm.
feel like ever since we all went to Universal for Halloween Horror Nights,
Mhm.
I blinked and now it's today.
Yes, but that
Yeah.
also feels like so long ago somehow.
Yeah.
Yes.
That feels like it was
Yeah.
like 6 months ago.
Yeah, holidays are here. We're going to be talking about 3 different theme parks today, and we'll just be chatting about all the holiday fun that you can have at them. So be sure to say hi in the chat if you're here, if you're watching right now. Hello, Theme Park Today. Hello, the Crystal Palace. Oh my gosh.
Hello.
Hi, Penelope. Hi, Foreverland Fairy Tales. And
Wow.
Mountain Dew Guy. Thanks, everyone, for being here.
You guys, I have a memory. We last year, when Kurt went to the Festival of the Holidays, we hit 20K followers on Instagram. It was our 20K
We
versary,
did. We did.
Wow.
right?
That is pretty crazy. And now we're over 50.
Over 50. Wow.
Insane.
That is
Woo.
so.
Let's
that's-
double it for next year for the holidays.
Yeah,
Let's keep
right.
doubling it.
We'll clip this and put it in our stream
Uh-huh.
next year.
Exactly.
All right, so let's get into it. I know everyone's busy during the holiday season, and
Mhm.
there is just so much to do. There are so many different theme parks, from Disney to Universal to local theme parks to local holiday attractions in general. There's so much to choose from. We're going to be highlighting 3 of our favorites today, starting off with one that I was actually at this past weekend, and that is Hershey Park. So Hershey Park is in Pennsylvania. If you aren't familiar, in Hershey, Pennsylvania, it is the chocolate themed theme park. They have Hershey Kisses, chocolate bars, rides that are like Reese's Cup Fusion. Everything is themed like chocolate. They have some great food options, and it's just a really great park. I always enjoy my time at Hershey Park. There's a lot to do. There's so many different rides. They have like 15 coasters. They have so many family rides. There's something for everybody. It's not just like a park with high intensity roller coasters. There's just truly something for everyone to do. And that's why a little reason why I love Hershey Park. They also, of course, have a really fun holiday event. It's called Hershey Park Christmas Candy Lane, and it runs
Love that.
from
So cute.
it's a cute name, right? At first
Yeah.
I was like, what is it called? Like it's hard to like get it right, but then once you
Mhm.
get it, yeah. Anyway, Candy Lane is an event that runs November through December on the weekends, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. The park is open. They even have their coasters running, so even though it might get cold, they're going to try to operate their rides as much as they can. The coasters won't run if it's 38 degrees or lower than that, of course. But
Who
if
would
it's 38,
ride during then? Who?
yeah, I don't know, not me personally. But if it's 38 degrees and rising, you can get a ride on some of your favorite coasters. So here's some of the Hershey Park Christmas Candy Lane merchandise. They have great merch throughout the whole entire year, but look how cute their Christmas merch is.
The cookie sweater. I want it so bad.
Yeah, that's cute.
Oh,
I love the color.
Me
yes.
too.
Mhm.
The mugs are cute. And even you can see like the Christmas lights behind it. They put, even though, this event only runs for a few weekends, they put so much thought and detail into transforming the park, and really decorating it. I think I put some pictures in, so you'll be able to see. So this, I actually had more
Shut
pictures
up.
and videos, but unfortunately I lost all of my footage from this. So this is what I
That's
have.
so sad. I'm so
But
sorry.
Hershey's Chocolate World is located outside of Hershey Park, and it is free to enter. It is a huge store with the most amount of Hershey's chocolates you've ever seen ever. They have merchandise, they have chocolate, they have candies, anything you could think of. But they also have a free ride in Chocolate World, and it is Hershey's Chocolate Factory Tour. Um, and new this year, they had a little Christmas overlay on the ride. So you can see the cows have Santa hats, a little rooster on top has a Santa hat, and they have some garland. So I thought that was a really fun Christmas addition to Chocolate
That's
World.
cute.
And once again, free. So you can't go wrong with that.
Cannot beat free.
Yeah. Hi, Notorious and Lydia. Thanks for joining in. If anyone's been to Hershey Park, let us know in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
I want to go so bad.
So bad.
It is definitely a bucket list park.
Mhm.
Just the theming alone is great. And then they also have some great rides, attractions. The hotels are super nice. So you can really make a nice trip out of it.
So cute.
This is new this year too. They have this Christmas tree, and
Cute.
inside they have like cookies, little caramels, and stuff like that. It's about $36, and of course you get to keep the little tree collectible.
Yum.
Here's a map overview of Christmas Candy Lane. As you could, you can kind of see, but they highlight the coasters on here, so they'll get a holiday overlay for the lighting package. At night, the coasters will light up. One of the rides, Laugh Track, is an indoor coaster. They have a big Christmas tree inside of it, and there's also different activities and entertainment throughout the park for Christmas Candy Lane too. So on top of the coasters and all the rides, you also get to experience some holiday entertainment. Like these guys, they're so cute. You can see all of Santa's reindeer and meet Santa and Mrs. Claus and elves at the Merry and Bright Airfield, which is new this year. They usually have the reindeer and Santa, but they put it all in one area.
I just got it.
Yeah, it's actually spelled
Yeah.
Mary, like Maryn,
Mhm.
letter
That's
N.
what I heard
but-
at first. I was like,
Mhm.
who's Mary Ann?
Yeah. It's cute. It's a really cute name. And that you can meet Santa and get a picture with Santa, Mrs. Claus, the elves. And one of my favorite parts of this whole event is seeing the reindeer. Like, are you kidding? They're so cute. There's all 9 reindeer. They even have Rudolph. They have some workers telling you about the reindeer there too, and they're just so adorable. Like, I love seeing them every year. And it's a really nice area. You can get hot chocolate there too. And of course, like print out your pictures, get some nice souvenirs from meeting Santa.
I love that.
Food,
Love.
of course. There are some holiday offerings.
These were wild.
Last year they had this banana bread ice cream sandwich, and they didn't bring it back this year, which I'm excited about. It was so good. It was literally just Turkey Hill ice cream in the middle of delicious banana bread. But they did incorporate banana bread this year because if you could see on my hot dog, those green chunks are actually banana bread.
I thought it was
That's what
relish.
it was.
Mm-hmm. So the ugly sweater dog says it has holiday fuzzies on it, and that is
Yeah.
the banana bread, green banana bread.
Oh, okay. How was that hot dog?
Actually amazing. Okay.
I would eat it.
Oh.
Seemed like it would be amazing. The banana bread, the hot dog itself is delicious. It has like smoky ketchup and mustard on it. 10 out of 10. And then they have 2 other different
Wow.
options that are special. Of course, the melted snowman. The candy laying dog sounded interesting too. That one
I would
has
get that too.
crushed candy canes on it.
Wow.
Yes. What is your
Yeah.
dessert on the side?
So on the right side here, we have the Simply Hot Chocolate, it was called. So Hershey Park, you can imagine how good their hot chocolate is.
Oh,
I've
It looks
actually
like ice
never,
cream.
yeah. So I've actually never had their hot chocolate, and I was like, I need to try it this year. It's kind of crazy. So they had one that was like Reese's flavor. They have a bunch of different flavors. I just got the chocolate.
mhm.
On the bottom is regular hot chocolate, but on top it was like a whipped chocolate mousse.
Oh,
Delicious.
So it
yum.
was like a whole layer of like this whipped chocolate mousse, but it was like super light. It tasted like ice cream, but
Ooh.
it wasn't like that cold. And then like little chocolate little kisses on it, and it was delicious. And it also came with that crinkle cookie.
Nice.
Need.
So it was like
Need to
eight
go.
dollars. You get a cookie and you get some delicious hot chocolate. They have a bunch of different offerings too. Like you can get spiked hot chocolate.
Mhm.
They have a big potato bar for the holidays.
Yum.
I always recommend to everyone to get a reservation at the Chocolatier. This is their full service restaurant in Hershey Park, and they have delicious food. They have some holiday offerings there as well. It's located at the front of the park. If you want to go to the Chocolatier, they'll also give you a stamp so you can go and you can re-enter the park without any problem.
Nice.
Cool.
And yeah, that's pretty much it for Hershey Park Christmas Candy Lane. It's a lot
I
of
want that hot
fun.
chocolate.
At night, of course,
So
I
good.
didn't insert any pictures. I just took videos that night. But night they have a Noel light show. So they have lights dancing to music. They also have Hershey Sweet Lights, which is a separate ticket, and that is a drive-through experience. It's a 2 mile drive-through experience. There's a lot of lights there. That's down the road from Hershey Park. So the at night is really when the park comes to life for the Christmas event. And it's a lot of fun. Pennsylvania, you want to do something for Christmas with the family. Hershey Park, highly recommend.
Nice.
I
How
love
far is
it.
it from New York City?
It's about 3.5 hours.
That's not
Okay.
terrible.
Yeah.
Hmm.
If you want to fly there, the closest airport would be Philadelphia,
Hmm.
I think, at least. Yeah, and then it's a little bit of a drive from there, but it's definitely worth it. Like I said, you can make a trip out of it too,
Mhm.
and stay there, stay at one of the hotels, go to Chocolate World, and do a bunch of the Hershey area activities.
And Candy Lane is included with your ticket, right?
Yep. So all the holiday lights. Of course, you can meet Hershey characters too. They're in their winter attire. I forgot to put a picture in, but
Oh,
um,
cute.
they're so
They're so
adorable.
cute.
And yeah, it's all included in your ticket, so you don't have to pay extra, to see the light show or anything like that.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah,
So
highly recommend.
cool.
Yeah. And Nick, if you want to talk about this really, really cool park, I'm excited to hear about it.
Let's talk about
Same.
it. Yay. So I had to choose this park because it really reminds me of Enchanted Forest. It has the same vibe that you don't go to Santa's workshop unless you are a theme park lover, like you're a lover of nostalgia and storytelling, because you're not going to get that high thrill, high tech experience there. So yeah, let's talk about it. So officially, it's called the North Pole Santa's Workshop, which, if you're from the Northeast, you guys may recognize Santa's Workshop or Santa's Village. It's This is themed after the New York theme park because that was built first. New York's was built in 1949, and the one in Colorado, the North Pole, was built in 1956. So, what is it exactly? Well, first of all, it is a mountainous theme park. So, just like Enchanted Forest, one of the things that makes it cool but also difficult is that it is actually built like in the side of mountains, which means there's a lot of up and down. I mean, some rides are like sideways because it was literally built like on the side of the mountain. And the you can see Pikes Peak. It's actually at the base of Pikes Peak in Colorado, which is like crazy. Like going to a theme park in the mountains to begin with is wild, but the fact that it's like Christmas themed is really, really cool. So, It's about
Loki,
25.
this little girl kind of looks like you.
Me?
I know.
Yeah.
I was gonna
It looks
say
like
this looks like
it
a
looks
baby
like a little
picture.
kid picture of you.
Mhm.
Maybe it is.
You could
I don't
say it
know. Maybe
was.
I've been
We
there.
believe you.
I don't know. Yeah. That's hilarious. Okay, so this theme park is Christmas themed all year long. That's why it's got this charm. So you can visit anytime when it's open. I will say it's not always open. Uh Especially around the holiday season, make sure you check their like availability calendar because it is closed sometimes because it's a family run theme park. Another really cool thing about this park is that it's at 7,500 feet. So you're at a really high altitude. It kind of feels like you have to climb like to the top of the world or to like the North Pole to visit, which is really, really neat. Okay, so let's talk about some of the top attractions. Obviously, when you visit, the whole thing kind of looks like this. I don't want to say outdated, but it's time. Let's use the word timeless. It's a timeless, nostalgic take on kind of like a North Pole village. So you can meet Santa Claus there. You could go to Santa's house, and like the picture we have up now, if you take the train, he also like drives the train around and gives some history on the park. But if you want to go and meet him and Mrs. Claus and the elves, there is his house that you can go visit him and get pictures and give him your wish list. This is really cool. This is what it used to look like. An older photo of the entrance from 1956 when the park opened. There's next we're going to talk about the rides, which there are about 24 unique rides with a lot of them still from the opening day, which is crazy because these rides are really old. But this is one of my favorite. Look at how cute it is. It's called
So cute.
the Christmas tree ride. You're an ornament, like bobbing up and down the Christmas tree.
Cute.
I know, it's so
Adorable.
cute. So that's one of the highlight rides. Another one is
Stop! I just saw Santa in that.
I know, look
I
at
know. I
that
was
last
looking. I
one.
was like, what?
he's so cute. Another one is the candy cane coaster, which this is it's a coaster that's for nostalgia. It looks really cute, but it's really short. It's more for like the theme because it's candy cane themed. This is not themed, but the giant Ferris wheel is 60 feet tall and it gets you like some of the best views of Pikes Peak. So definitely take the Ferris wheel. This next one, I don't think I have a picture of it, but it's Santa's sleigh ride. And I was watching a video of this earlier and like crying, watching it's a zip line. So it looks like Santa and like the reindeer, and you sit side by side and zip line like down through the trees. And it just is really funny, but it's cute because you're like flying through the sleigh. There's a peppermint themed tilt-a-whirl right here. It's one of the main attractions. There's a reindeer themed whip ride, which I know in some of
I'm
Crystal's videos.
sorry.
It was Dorney Park, right? That has the whip.
Yep, Dorney Park and Playland Park. They both had like super, super old whips.
So
yeah.
Santa's Workshop has one, but it's the reindeer. We already
cute.
talked about the train. And then there's this cute ride. It's called Tubs of Fun. It's a spinning ride, but the actual like vehicle, they look like cookie tins. So cute.
Cool.
That's super
Yeah,
cool.
so those are the rides. A really fun feature that I thought was like kind of kooky and fun. They have the North Pole there. It's an attraction. It's a literal like pole of ice that stays frozen in the park center all year long, and like people love to go up and like touch it. I don't know why that was so funny to me that like no matter it is literally a 6-foot just like pole of ice that yeah, so that's their North Pole.
It's so cute. I actually looked into going here because I was just in Denver and I was just looking up like theme parks in Colorado and this came up. It's about an hour and a half from Denver. It's south of Denver.
Okay.
But it wasn't open when I was there. I think it might be only open on the weekends or
Yes.
they have some really odd hours. And of course I went in the off season. I was there in October, but I might have to go back to visit this little cutie.
You have to. Yeah,
Yeah.
and what is really cool though is if you so there's peak and non-peak days. And if you go during non-peak days, it's free to go in. You just have to pay for like a ride wristband.
Oh, I
Or if
like
you go
that.
during peak
Hmm.
days, you have to pay admission and then you also have to pay ride fees on top of it. But you're looking at $32 to get in with all the rides. You're probably looking at like a $75 day for each person going in with the ride tickets and whatnot. So not
Mhm.
too bad. And it's also really interesting during peak days because it's so popular. They release tickets like a week in advance. So they'll drop the tickets for the following week. And so they really try and spread it out so everyone who wants to get in can get in.
Wow.
Cool.
How
Yeah.
convenient.
Yeah, but that's the North Pole Santa's Workshop in Colorado Springs, technically Cascade, Colorado, but near Colorado Springs, Colorado.
Nice.
Love it. Nick's always bringing fun and different theme parks that nobody's probably
know.
ever heard of.
Yeah, I know. I hope people go. I want people to, I want to see what it's like. We gotta go.
Yeah, fine. Let's
Uh-huh.
go. Let's do it.
Twist my arm.
Yeah. All right, Kurt, take it away with the one and the only.
Can you tell him to
Disneyland.
talk about Disneyland? Yeah, so there's just like so much to talk about with Disneyland in the holidays. It's just like such an iconic staple of Southern California, I think, or just Disney in general. I think it's just such an
Mhm.
iconic like piece of Disney Christmas time. So I was just like looking at like what I could talk about because there's, like I said, there's like a million things that you could talk about at Disneyland. There's a Festival of the Holidays. There's Disneyland Christmas time with like the parade and the fireworks. There's like a Navidad festival. There's literally so much. So within my research, I actually found information on the very first Christmas at Disneyland. So if you know
Wow.
me, obviously it's history, so I'm going to talk about it.
Very cool.
Spoiler alert, it's not as grand as it is today. So we have that going for us.
Dang.
So back when the park first opened, Disneyland wasn't monetarily tied to the Walt Disney Company, which I found interesting. So this meant that the company owned Disneyland was actually called Disneyland Inc. They couldn't rely on any profits from the studio to maintain their operational budgets. So it was kind of well to read about that. Essentially, Disney was empty for months after it first opened. So like during the summer when it opened, it was like super busy.
Mhm.
And then it was just dead. As you can see in these photos, there's like 3 people walking around. One of the first year employees was actually quoted saying that there were only a few hundred people in the park on any given day, and that you could shoot a cannon through the park and not hit anyone.
Why would you?
Which like is like such a
course
weird
they use that
analogy,
for
but
force.
okay.
Yeah.
Why?
Sure.
Yeah, all right. I get it.
So the very first Christmas tree at Disneyland, which is on that first slide, was in the it was in the hub of the park rather than in Town
Ooh.
Square where it is today. So if you know where the partner statue is at Disneyland, it's kind of in the same spot at Disney World if you've been to either park. But that's where the tree was. Besides the tree, there were just a few wreaths that were strung up on the castle. And then the banners on the drawbridge leading to the castle were swapped out from a summer fun color palette to a warm winter color palette.
I
Getting
can't even tell where
daring.
any of this is in the park. It looks like the Wild West.
I know. So this is actually the entrance to Frontierland, and this was the only other decoration
Oh, that's
really
why.
that you could see that were wreaths and like 2 little garland strands hanging above the Frontier sign.
This is really Frontierland. Look at they have like sticks.
Literally. So I also feel like if you were to think about Disneyland during Christmas, you really think of the candlelight ceremony and
Mhm.
the processional. And while it didn't officially take place until 1958, this photo is actually like a precursor to that entire spectacle that it is today. And it was just on like this little outdoor stage that was rethemed for holidays with like these artificial trees in front of it, called the Christmas Bowl. So I feel like they were kind of going for like a Hollywood Bowl aesthetic. But it was called the Christmas Bowl, and now it's the candlelight processional. So I thought that was cool.
That's
that it was kind of something that's like a derivative of like an opening day Christmas kind of thing. Yeah, so while there are the current version of the Candlelight Processional is on Main Street, that original like stage was basically in the back of the park. So like super hidden. But since that's like probably the most famous thing today, I feel like it's like very warm Christmas nostalgia vibes, where like the most famous holiday attraction in the first year of Disneyland was the Christmas circus, which was like an actual circus
Ruh-roh. Ah!
with like
Kurt,
animals.
with the jump
My
scare.
jump scare.
Why?
If you go back
What
to that
is
last
Minnie
picture,
Mouse? No.
on the very last picture, you can see there's like a sign on like the bottom right hand corner of that picture, and you could see it like advertised. So I guess there was like this giant Disneyland circus which highlighted live animals and people doing acrobatic stunts and stuff. And this Christmas version of the show included animals, but also had live high wire performances from current Mouseketeers. So that was interesting that they brought Mouseketeers into the park to do high wire performances.
Oh, no.
But yeah, so if we circle back to Disneyland having no money, which is like not even something that my brain can really process, to be honest, like Disneyland not having its own financial stability. This entire circus caused, and I quote, the biggest fight that Walt Disney and I had ever had by Disneyland's first general manager, C.V. Wood. The fight apparently lasted weeks and resulted in Walt Disney Productions renting back a portion of Disneyland from Disneyland Inc. to arrange the Christmas circus so that it would also financially underwrite to limit the park's financial exposure to holiday extravaganzas like this. And also so that Walt could overcome C.V. Wood's insistence that the circus would be a failure, which is like such a power move by Walt. I feel like his entire career is just power moves.
Yeah, he is kind of a petty princess. I love that for him.
I love it. I love it.
Yikes.
But yeah, it's just wild to me to think about like what Christmas was like at Disneyland then versus now.
Yeah.
And like in that next photo, like was such a visual representation of like where we were to where we are.
Every time.
But they're
they
making
get
them
to-
scary again. Like that new merch with their eyes.
No, the new merch with like the devil Mickey eyes is terrifying. I hate it.
They need to make a costume with the
Like
blacked
even
out
these
eyes.
even these characters on the left, they have pupils. They have normal people eyes. And I was arguing with Peter about this because he was like, "Oh, it's like just a style." I was like, "Yeah, it's just a style. But if it's just a style, make it the style for everything
Yes.
and for all of the characters." Donald and Daisy have normal eyes. Pluto has
Yeah.
normal eyes.
Yes.
If anything, Pluto should just have black eyes.
Yes.
Don't get me started. I hate it.
No, it's the worst. I don't
I
know
hate
what
it.
they're doing. I know what they're doing.
Yeah, but that's it. That's my little history of opening Christmas Day at Disney, the first Christmas at Disney. But I do want to shout out really quick. This website that I usually get all of my info from, and this one actually had all of those pictures, which I thought were really cool. It's called DisneyHistoryInstitute.com. But yeah, so I just want to shout them out because they have a lot of great information. But the fact that they had photos of this Christmas Day from 1955 is so cool.
So cool. Kurt, I love
Look at
all
that.
of
That's
that.
crazy.
That's
Look at how
literally-
no one's there. You could literally shoot a cannon through the park and not hit a single
No.
person.
You could.
That's
You
so
really could.
wild.
That is great. Imagine that.
No.
Wild.
I loved it all except for that picture right there.
I always have to throw some kind of jump scare in.
It's I wait for it. I was waiting for it. I really was.
A
That one
circus
got
is
me.
wild too. That's like a
Having live animals, right? Like all I could think of was Universal's Animal Actors show.
Stop.
And like just imagine some mid 1950s like unhinged things that were going on in that tent.
Say, how many animals do we think they had to replace?
A lot. How many kids do you think they had to replace?
I bet they
lot.
had a cannon in the show. That's why they knew they could shoot it.
yeah.
That's just wild to me.
That's how they knew.
Let's test this out.
Wow.
Imagine, let's see if we can hit anyone.
We
Ugh,
could tell people when a park is full that
yeah,
we used to be able to shoot cannons through here.
it's the canon test. Before we wrap up this episode, I do want to touch base really quick. I didn't put any pictures up, but I did go to Festival of the Holidays yesterday at Disneyland. And I just think I am usually so, at this point, I feel in my journey of theme park media, any annual event, I'm always like, it's typically the same every year. You know, there's not really much that changes, to be honest. Like the characters have different costumes, the food is sometimes different. That's about it. I'm pleasantly surprised at California Adventures Festival of Holidays. They have so much more cultural representation for the holidays this year than they have in the past. So usually in the past, they really only have like a band singing. I don't even want to call it Kwanzaa music. It literally is just like a band performing Christmas carols. But they celebrate Kwanzaa. They do Diwali. They have like this like dance troupe that does Diwali. And then they have like a jazz band that will do classic Christmas songs. That really is like the extent of what I've seen. They also have like the Navidad festival and like mariachi. But this year they had performances for holidays by like Aztec dance groups, by different cultures in like the Polynesia cultures. They had a group from like a New Zealand, one from Hawaii. They had West Africa. They had South Africa. They had so many different cultural backgrounds represented in the entertainment this year that I thought was so cool.
Very cool.
That is really
Yeah.
cool. I personally have never done Disneyland for the holidays. It's on my bucket list for sure. I would love, love, love to see all the Christmas and holiday fun that they have going on out there.
The food is always just like 10 out of 10 for me. Like sometimes it's a miss, sometimes it just hits. The food that I had yesterday, we're going to be putting up a YouTube video tomorrow about my entire journey with the food at the Festival of the Holidays. But the mac and cheese that I had yesterday was some of the best mac and cheese that I've ever had. It was so good. Like it wasn't overcooked. It wasn't gross. It wasn't like, I made a reference and I even put the clip in to the YouTube video tomorrow of the mac and cheese that I had at Pixar Fest. I don't know if you guys remember. I think we did like a reel of it, but it was like this like mac and it literally turned into a paste in my mouth. It was horrid. And like just like to go from that to this, I was like, wow, are you doing like mental gymnastics with me, Disney? It's like phenomenal. They also had this like turkey cranberry croissant muffin thing that was also delicious and had like actual cranberry sauce. It wasn't like a jelly like cranberry thing. I don't know. Out of the park with a lot of them this year.
Cool.
No, we're going.
We can't wait to see your video. We'll be right here on Theme Park Today.
Yeah.
Make sure you watch.
Yep.
Oh, Epic Informers, Disneyland for our birthdays. Yes, we're going. So wait, Crystal, yours is coming up next.
Soon.
Holiday-y, yeah.
Yep. Would love to do Disneyland for my birthday one year. It's good because it's in the beginning of December, and then I feel like once you hit like December 15th, it's just like everything's crazy after that. So I would definitely want to go early in the month.
All right, we're going.
I feel like now is like the good time, like before Thanksgiving, before it gets like crazy. Because I feel like after Thanksgiving, then everybody's like, it's the holidays, it's Christmas, we're gonna go to Disneyland.
We're gonna dance in the snow on the streets. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Epic Informers. Thank you, everyone, for being here.
Thanks,
Thanks
everybody.
For fighting. Nicole, thank you. Mountain Dew Guy, Foreverland, Lydia, thank you all for being here. Hope you enjoyed. Give it a good thumbs up. Stay tuned for our videos coming out in the near future. And thanks for watching.
Yeah, love it. Can't wait till the next one.
See you next month.
See you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh.